To Japan, where smile for the camera is taking on a new meaning. One railway company now requires employees to electronically check their smiles before work.
Smile for the camera takes on a new meaning as one Japanese train company requires its employees to check their smiles ahead of work. Keihin Electric Railway's staff must face a grinometer, which ensures they have the look to keep customers happy. The system displays and measures smiles, allowing staff to tweak facial grins using a smile scan system. Helpful hints include your smile's getting better, just a bit more, or even smile like you're happy, which staff say allows them to go from fake smiles to a more natural grin.
Using the smile scan system is especially useful for everyday customer interaction. It really helps with making a natural smile.
Keihin adapted the technology from Omron, which makes rail ticket gates, and was only too happy to loan SmileScan to its clients.
We were able to use it, now implemented at Keihin for staff training. So right now it's being used by railway staff to make sure that they're responding to customers appropriately and cheerfully.
The software is also used at 14 other stations, a hospital, and even a truck stop to measure if operators are alert enough to drive. While for the 170 employees at Keihin Shinagawa Station, though, business is indeed beaming.
Today, we're going to talk about how Asia trains employees. The very first part is workforce trend for Asia. The ratio of workforce in American, red make up 63%, Hispanic make up 16%, African American make up 12%, Asia make up 7%, American India, Alaska Native, and Native Hawaii are at 2%. We're looking at Asia especially, 22% are Chinese, 90% Asia India, 17% are Filipino, 11% are Vietnamese, 9% are Koreans, and 5% are Japanese. Remaining 60% are other Asia, Pakistani, Cambodians, and Laos. Analyze the situation of trains, prerequisite for the design of new employee training program. After obtaining the data from the office and analyzing the student gender, age, school major, and preference are all items that need to be investigated in advance. What is more important is the direction they expect to develop, with the basis of analysis according to this content to evaluate the objectives, content of the training to be provided. It should not be forgotten that this analysis should be conducted from the organization level, department level, and individual level. Next part, we're going to talk about clarify training objectives and design training maps. The goal is the basis for the design of the entire new employee training program. All training content is to assist in achieving this goal and must be in microscopy and operability. The goal of the new employee training is to allow employees to quickly integrate into the company through training, into the work and life here, familiar with the environment, familiar with the requirement of the job, the company's system and processes, and have a positive attitude and a good attitude to fit the future. The work has its own professional development goal, firming up its own choices and trusting that it can accomplish this goal. 3. Set a reasonable training time. Generally, new and best is to complete the training of new employee with 1 month of the new employee's entry. In the past, the company also completed the training with 3 months. Actually, based on experience, the effect is better than 1 month. New employee training need different time depending on the industry. Generally speaking, it should not be too long. According to the company industry and scale, this does not have the best time limit, as long as the curricular system is reasonable. 4. Clean training for adaptation of the object. New employees training generally includes campus recruitment and social recruitment. There's a large gap between these two groups. It is recommended this training be conducted separately because the curricular system adapted to these two groups is very different. 5. Select appropriate head of training department responsible for the training of new employees. The new employees training is generally initial and unified by the headquarters of the company. The specific person in charge of the human resource department or specialized training center of each branch companies is responsible for the training. During the training period, department head need to be assigned to lead the matter or another layer of implementation of the practice system to ensure that the new employee's position is effective. If cross-sector exercise, the need for multiple department heads responsible.
As for the 6th point, Human Resource Department should design the training content for the new employee. In general, the new employee training includes knowledge, skills, and overall quality. To create appropriate training content, the Human Resource Department has to do the analysis to meet the requirement of the company. Knowledge is related to the working environment. Skills is about the job knowledge, and the overall quality can include some soft skills like effective communication, team cooperation. And no matter how many different contents are different, as for the seventh point, Human Resource Department must choose the right way to train the new employees. The ways of training usually include lectures, discussion method, case study, role playing, and etc. And then the Human Resource Department will prepare the sufficient training support resources for the new employees. There will be computers, televisions, and they should also provide videos and books for the new employees. Finally, for training effectiveness, new employees should also need the performance evaluation. There will be tests and questionnaires for the new employees, and all of them will be collected for the feedback.